Hey, hey, hey. Well, let's do take two, y'all. Take two. Oh my goodness. You gotta love new platforms and new ways of doing things. Ay ay ay. So hey family. It's your girl Brandy. Welcome to Her Divine Journey on YouTube. Oh, so this is a new chapter, not just me, but for all of you who are learning to walk out the stories that God is still writing. So, for those who may be new here, I'm Brandy Grillo. I am a number one best-selling author of Addicted to Pain and the founder of Words That Speak. So, Words That Speak is a platform that I write on. I have a blog, I do poetry, and I also help women transition from a toxic belief system to a state of self awareness rooted in God's truth. So, this channel is where faith meets real life. So, a little bit of background. I've been writing my whole life. I love writing. It's been an outlet, a sanctuary for me through a lot of things in my life. And being an author was a childhood dream. I wanted to have a stage and perform and to write and be an author. And then life got real dark and I let go of that dream. And then about 5 years ago, I was able to have that dream be resurrected. And the reason for that is because in 2019, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. And I am not in a religion, I am in a relationship. So I am a Christian who serves Jesus as my Lord and Savior. That happened in October of 2019. In 2020, when the world was shutting down and we all were involved in our first pandemic, right? Well, most of us, our first pandemic, I'm hoping our last and only pandemic, I heard God, and like the first time I really felt this persistent urge from God, again, because I was walking new in this, that He wanted me to use my writing to go public with it. And I wasn't all for it at first because most of the writing was not Christian based, it was dark. And I didn't really want to share with the world or with anyone, and especially not when I didn't know and I didn't know what they were thinking or if they would comment or like anything in general. So it was a little bit of a tug of war. And then eventually, Words That Speak was birthed. Now, I've had to become more than a writer because online is a whole other beast. Okay. So that's taken me um, quite some time to get better at what I'm doing. And so then I started a podcast and it was on the platform Anchor. And I did that for a few years, but then Anchor ended up changing its platform into something else. I'm not sure if they got bought out or not. And then the new platform, I just wasn't ready to relearn something. And I was kind of not feeling my blog as much. And I was just inconsistent. I was inconsistent with the dream I had. And so I let go of that podcast. And then I had someone reach out to me and let me know, like, you need to pick yourself back up. You've got something to say. You've got talent. You have a passion. You need to do it. And so I ended up getting on Instagram for the last a little over a year, doing a morning session on Saturdays with Her Divine Journey podcast. And even though Instagram isn't really the place for podcasting, it was really what I was able to do and what I felt comfortable in. And so I started that. And now it is time to move on to an actual platform that I have been wanting to do for a very long time, which is YouTube, which is why we are here today on Wednesday night. And y'all, it was supposed to be at 7. I'll be real transparent. I done recorded this whole episode, like 15 minutes, and it published. There was no sound. So I literally am talking to the screen and I was a complete mute. So I'm hoping and praying that this second go round, it is on and y'all can hear me and all is well, because how embarrassing. But this is part of the journey, right? The process. So I'm not new to doing the podcast. I'm not new to speaking. I have done some speaking gigs with women's ministries. I'm a part of a women's ministry that we go out and speak to juvenile detention centers. I'm not new to writing. It's my thing. This is my thing. It's just platforms are different for me. So new time, new place, same message. So instead of Saturday mornings, we are going to be here on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Twice a month is what I'm able to do. And I pray and hope that this expands and maybe I'll be able to get on here every week. You know, that would be another goal, another achievement for another time. So after all of that, I want to talk about what this is going to be about. So I have shared so much of my journey in my book. And if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Words That Speak, you'll be able to see everything that has been going on at least the last year and a half when it comes to the book. This book is a testimony. It's a pure redemption story, because I should not be here talking to y'all. I should be a statistic or dead. Point blank. But God rewrote my story because of his grace. And so here we are. And now I feel as though YouTube is going to be able to take me into a deeper and more broad space that I can reach more women. So I wanted to come on here tonight and really introduce myself and really just give feedback on what this is, what I'm doing, and what my hopes are. And this is going to be about real conversations, some solo, like now. Eventually, I have some guests I want to bring on, but I want it all centered around transformation. I want you to walk out feeling relatable, feeling like you were able to take something from here that you can put in your journey, your life, and change it, and make some adjustments, make some changes, maybe even just reflect, maybe just a small step. I want transparency. I want you to know that I'm real. This isn't make-believe. This is real deal. Like, what we talk about has either happened, is happening. I know someone that's out there that may be going through what I've already been through. Maybe there's somebody who's going through what I haven't been through, so I want it to be transparent, because walking in the Christian way, the true Christian way, on the narrow road with Jesus as your Lord and Savior is not easy. It is one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do. And I have fallen so many times, but I've also been picked up more than enough. I have experienced God, like, in so many ways, and he is real. And I want women to know that they are not too far gone, because that's what I thought. And look at me now. Like, I don't even look like what I've been through, okay? Like, the grace and favor of God in my life, which I do not deserve any of it, is real. And it starts with a belief system. That is where we end up doing things, because what you believe controls what you do. And so that can be either a negative thing or a positive thing. And I really would love to help those who are where I used to be. Like, that's the point of the book. That is the point of this platform. That is the point of podcast. That's the point of Words That Speak, is to help those who need it. Okay. So we're going to talk about different topics. Some will be like faith, identity, waiting season, trials, testing. I mean, all the moments that you're suffering, like to know you're not alone. I mean, it's just so much that there is to talk about as women that we don't have to be ashamed about. Like, that's one thing I lived with for so many years that I refuse to live under anymore, is shame. And so we gonna have that truth, okay? Not my truth, not the world's truth, not your homegirl's truth, but God's truth. And that is the firm foundation for this platform, for this podcast. And so I want you to don't take this lightly. This is a big deal for me. This is something God has been preparing for me, a space not just to speak, but to connect. It is about connection. And because someone out there is walking through what I once survived. And if I can be a voice of hope, that's the purpose behind all of this. So I'm a tea drinker. Love me some tea. So, and I love me some reflection and engagement. So before we even start diving into topics, I want to ask you this. What new chapter are you walking into right now? What new chapter are you walking into right now? It may be messy, unclear, or even scary. But trust me, God does his best work in the middle of our unknowns. So for me, I finished the dream. I became an author, and then I became a best-selling author. And so now what? Like, this is my new chapter of what does it look like after the book. And so for of November, this Saturday will be my first real deal vendor event, which is happening at Crossover Church, the Urban Leadership Conference called Flavor Fest. There's concerts at night. It's a 3-day workshop. There's a fashion show. I mean, it's a whole vibe, y'all. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, pull up, okay? I will be there on Saturday from 4 to 10 with my book, okay? With the book. You can get it signed. You can get pictures. We can just have a conversation. But yeah, that's something new for me. I haven't done that before. Then I will be doing a virtual book tour on November 22nd. That is something new for me. And then on November 29th, which is the day after Black Friday, I will be hosting a small business shop for my book, which is something new as well. Because this journey, if it has taught me nothing else, it has taught me that you have to be a student, because I had to become more than a writer to get where I am now. And so I would love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments or journal it this week if you want to keep it to you. What does your new chapter look like, and what is God teaching you in it? So I will be here every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. And make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, like they say, and join me on this journey. I would love to walk hand in hand with you and with all the community of women who are ready to grow in grace and one step at a time. So this episode is going to be grounded in Isaiah 43:19, which says, "See, I am doing a new thing." And I believe he's doing just that right here, right now, in me and in you. So welcome to the new chapter of Her Divine Journey podcast. Toodles.